everybody, and welcome to KLT Charting September Floss Tube, which is massively late, and I do apologise. Again, that's all I seem to do is apologise. I apologise for being behind and being late with one thing and another, and then I say thank you to everybody for bearing with me, and yet again that is still the case. I'm still eternally grateful that everybody's showing patience of saints. You're all absolutely amazing, and I love you all. But here we are on the 14th of September for September's Floss Tube, which is really just to show you 2 weeks late my fabric of the month. If you've been in my Facebook group, you'll see that I've been having, I know before it was morning sickness and tired and everything else. That's all fine and behind me now, although I am still tired a lot of the time. I haven't had a pregnancy where I'm this tired. I think it's just trying to keep up with the kids and the business and everything. It's just, wow. And then I had my holiday, which was lovely, thank you. And then, yes, I had family issues. I dashed down country to see my nan. And I did make it in time, and I did see her, and that was very bittersweet. It was nice to see her, but of course we knew, sorry if you can hear Monster in the background, we knew it was probably going to be the last time, which was very sad and very bittersweet, and it was, because she did pass away a couple of days later. So I am off again for the funeral this weekend. I will put more details about that in my group. Well, not specifically about the funeral, obviously, unless anyone plans on coming. I just mean the dates that I'll be unavailable, things like that. But because this month's fabric is so delayed, I was late designing it, I was late dyeing it, I was late, you name it, useless. And I would love to say that I had some big romantic or inspirational story as to where I got the colours from, but I didn't. I literally thought, I'm so behind, this is really terrible. What colours haven't I used very much? Oh, those ones, I wonder what will happen if I put those ones together. And this is what happened, and I actually I think it's really pretty. I'll do the 14 count first, as always, and then work up to sparkly, which is my favourite. So, because the reason for me being so behind this time is my nan, God bless her. Her name was Kathleen. And that is what I've decided to call this month's fabric. Slightly odd, maybe, naming a fabric after your dead grandmother. But I like it. This was shades of reds and blues, which have mixed together also to make purples. So it's a nice blend of all of those. And the red and the blue was what I thought was sweet, because my nan did sometimes run a bit hot and cold. Bless her. So this is September's fabric, which is Kathleen, shown first of all on 14 count paper. It's quite a pale one. I haven't gone too bold, although the colours are more dramatic on the 14 than they are on the even weave, as usual. Sorry, 2 seconds. Oi, you, could you quite a little bit play it? Get my words right. Could you play a little bit? Oi, quietly. Thank you. So this is Kathleen. Oh wow, that's not really showing up very well at all, is it? As I say, it's quite pale, but it did start off with reds and blues. Which have gone kind of pinky and purpley and excuse me. You can see that maybe maybe when I watch it back on my phone it will look different. So that's the 14 count Ada. This is the 28 count Brittany even weave, and it is really much more subtle on this one. I know we always say that it's paler, but sometimes they do, like last month's came out quite similar on the Ada, all things considered. So what I do is I put them side by side here, look, and you can see it's quite, the Ada is definitely more dramatic, but to be honest I actually really like the more subtle effect of the even weave, even though I'm not an even weave stitcher myself, I can't get along with it. I'm a Ada girl through and through. But then we have this one, and it's sparkly, and it's oh so pretty. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to dye myself some in the 18 count, which is my favourite sparkly to stitch on. But this, and again, oh, it's just looking really pale on the monitor, but I don't know how well you can see that or not. I'm hoping you can. I will, of course, take pictures soon as well. We'll see if they show up any better on my camera. So there we go. That's the 14, the 28 count Brittany, and then the 28 count Brittany in the sparkly for Kathleen, the fabric of the month. So that is those. What else was I going to say to you? Yes, the other thing I wanted to mention today was the frog stitch along that is currently underway. We're halfway. I've just released part 6. There's 12 parts. I've just released part 6. Now, what I like to do with my sales, if they come in 6 parts, is I will actually close the sales to this at the end of the availability of the 6th part, if that makes sense. So the day before part 7 is released, which is 2 weeks today, the sales on the frogs will close. So if you've been imming and rhying or haven't been able to make up your mind, you're on the clock now. You've only got 2 weeks left to go. As with all of my other previous stitch alongs, they will be available to buy as a standalone chart, but later. I still haven't released the owls. I still don't know when I'm going to. I just keep saying later in the year. So if the owls are still later in the year, I should imagine the frogs won't be on sale until the middle of next year. Early next year, middle of next year, something like that. Okay, this is because I like to offer a good chunk of exclusive time to my stitch along members, and that's why I do this. So yeah, if you're interested in joining in with the frogs, who I think are stitching up lovely, but then again I'm biased and I wouldn't have released them if I didn't think they were cute, but they're really stitching up really nicely, and as always I love seeing everybody's colour combinations and interpretations on the pattern. I simply love that I can send out 50, 60, 70 copies of the same pattern, depending on how many stitch along members there are, and the results always look different because I chart them in the black and the grey so that you guys can choose whatever colours you want and they look fab. So what I will do is I will pop a link for the fabric when I've put it on the website, which I'll do very shortly, in the comments below. I will also put a link to the frog stitch along. So that's today, so 2 weeks yesterday, essentially 13 days left if you want to join in with that. The only other thing I want to do today is I did promise every time I do a video, which should have been about every 4 weeks, but of course I'm 2 weeks late, is to give you a little bump update. Those who don't know, I am expecting a baby. It has completely turned my world upside down, just expecting it, and it hasn't even arrived yet, that's it. So I'm keeping everybody up to date as to how it's going, because the bump will have a direct relation as to how long I can keep dyeing fabric for. Now I actually found when I was dyeing the Kathleen, the September fabric, and a few orders, the actual dyeing wasn't too bad, but what really hurt was actually bending over the table before I could get to the dyeing stage to cut the fabric. That really took it out of me. So apparently it's not the dyeing. the bump won't have that much of an effect. It's just because I lean over, the way I lean over the table and cut, it just puts so much pressure on my lower back and all around the front. So continue to watch this space. There will come a point where I will have to stop dyeing, even only for a little bit. But as mentioned in previous videos, I hope to get ahead of myself if family members would stop being rushed into hospital and then dying. The plan is to get ahead of myself so that I can keep my monthly clubs running. I will probably close them to new sales very soon, so that I can get ahead of myself and keep them running, but having done all of the work in advance, if that makes any sense. It does in my mind, bear with me. So here you go, this is a bump update. I am currently 22 weeks pregnant. We did have a scan last week. Well, we had one 2 weeks ago as well, but that didn't work. So we had another scan last week. Found out we're having another little boy, which is nice. So I will have 3 boys and 1 girl. My 1 girl is not impressed. Bless her heart. She spent a good 10 minutes crying before she calmed down enough. I think she's thawing. She didn't really want a little brother that she's got now. But as soon as she saw him, she fell in love because, oh, he was cute, apparently. And I say, well, this one could be cute too, but she doesn't believe me. Bless her. So this is my 22-week bump, and as you will see, getting pretty sizable already. Working well towards the size of the house thing. that I'm worried about, but I'm expecting. So there we go. 22-week bump for your viewing pleasure. There we go. And you can all keep watching and have a laugh. Have a laugh to see quite how big I get as the clock counts down towards the 40 weeks. I'm just over halfway, and that's the size of me already. I don't think this baby's going to be very little, is it? So, right, just before I go, very quickly, because in my last video I managed to shoo the kids out of the room, and then I actually had people messaging me to say, where's the little man? So, Nathan, come here. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Can we say hello? Say hello, everybody.
Hey,
Give him a wave. Here you go. So he's got his shirt on. He's been to nursery this morning, but I didn't have the fabrics ready to make the video. So there we go. Been to school, haven't you?
No.
Yes. And then you came home, had some lunch.
Yes.
And you've been playing with your toys like a good boy?
Yes.
Yes. You need a haircut, don't you?
Yes.
Should we cut your hair tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bit long, isn't it? And you're a bit sweaty.
Yes.
So, but
The haircut.
yes, we're going to cut your hair.
Yes.
Yes. Right, say goodbye then.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Again.
Go on, off you go then. You go back and play now. Good boy. So there you go. For the people who only tune in, not to hear me waffling on or see my fabrics, but just to see that little monster, because he's apparently so cute. There you go. And in the meantime, 2 weeks left of September. I will try and actually get ahead of myself for October, and may well have a new video for you in as little as 2 weeks if I can get organised. In the meantime, thanks again for everyone for bearing with me. And happy stitching. See you soon. Bye.